Yeah.
A wise man once said, resentment is corrosive.
It is.
That man was Tony Stark.
Yep.
And I agree. So take today. Think about it. Think about if you have anyone out there that like, man, you didn't need the relationship to go south the way it did.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe it was just something dumb. You look back on the argument you had and it was the last time you talked and there was like a thing. And now you look at it and you're like, that's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Why did I make a thing?
Why did I think? Yeah.
I've done that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Where I've been like, why am I still mad at this person?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, I've had that recently.
Yeah.
Very recently.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I have it continuously.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's an important one.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. That's our message to you guys today.
Yeah. Let go.
Let go.
Let go.
Let go. And also not only just let go, but if you can, reach out. Because sometimes you can help the other person let go also.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Sometimes someone doesn't even know what they're holding against you.
Yeah.
And when you hit them up and you're like, hey, are we like,
why?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Then it feels amazing to them too.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's cool.
As someone who's just recently gone through a really, really big one, like I was stubborn for a long time, longer than I needed to be, about the situation, and sometimes you feel you're in the right, sometimes you actually are, but to not try and repair things or try and fix things. Because for me, for a long time, it was like, well, I'm not going to eat shit again.
Right.
You know, like, no, they can come to me. Don't be stubborn. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't be that person. I had a death of a friend, and it put everything into perspective for me. And it was one of those things where it was like, man, life is too short for why?
Right.
For such a stupid little thing. And the more we kind of delve into it, it was really mostly miscommunication. Like sometimes
I feel like it usually
in
is.
life, things just miscommunication has happened and it puts you on the wrong path, each of you. And you drift apart, and with drifting apart, there's always going to be a little bit of that, like, well, we were a thing, and I don't mean necessarily like romantic relationships or anything like that, but
could
like
be close friendship.
Literally any relationship
could be an office friendship.
It's and it's like
anything that creates tension.
Yeah.
There should never be tension because something happened in the past.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't affect you now.
Yeah.
Like even in arguments, I try and do that whole like the zoom out thing. Like, am I even going to remember that this is what we were arguing about 6 months from now?
Yeah.
Because if I'm not, it doesn't matter.
And a lot of the time too, I mean, sometimes you do need that time away to kind of realize what that relationship happened to be, where it was like, okay, well, this was in my life for this amount of time because of this.
Sure.
And it got me to here. And you can kind of sometimes that stuff is okay because it gets you to reevaluate whatever that relationship is, right? So you can go back to it with a healthier brain. And there are some relationships that I go back to very differently because it's like it belongs here, but it doesn't belong in this and this part of my life. So you just you keep those there, and you keep that relationship in that zone, so to speak.
I think sometimes as people, we're afraid to allow our relationships with people to change also.
Sure.
Right? If something, like if you are at a certain closeness with somebody and that drifts apart, we tend to blow the whole thing up rather than just realize that like, oh, our relationship's different now.
Yeah.
Because there's like animosity because it's different.
Yeah.
And things change, and it's okay for a relationship to be different, a
Yes.
friendship to be different. Someone that was your bestie when you were younger or during a different part of your life, and you both went on and had different experiences and different things. If you haven't spoken in a while and you come back, you're not obligated to be besties or nothing. You know, it's not ride or die is a catchphrase, but it's not, you know, like it's you gotta,
and it might not be forever either.
Right. And same thing, you just as a closeness isn't necessarily going to be forever, a distance also doesn't have to be forever. There's
Correct.
different levels of where you can be with people all the time. And I think ultimately the decisions should be made for what makes me happy in this life. What does this, what is a relationship with this person? What did I get from it? And what was I able to give to it? And does that override this argument? And usually it does.
Yeah.
It usually does. I also think reconciliation is a good thing to talk about now because we're in such a period of time where division is strong.
Divisive is,
you know, and division over things that people have way less control over than they like to think that they have. You know, if it's like, if you believe in something that I don't, or vote a way that I don't, or like somebody that I don't, but neither of us really have any control over those things, I shouldn't be hating you because of that, and you shouldn't be hating me because of that. It really doesn't make sense, because we're the only people, we're team immediate human vicinity.
Yeah.
And the teams that we think we're on sometimes we're not even really on.
You're not even close to.
You know, that's like thinking you got picked and then everyone on the team going, who are you?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what a lot of this is.
That's a pretty incredible it's a pretty incredible analogy there. Like, yeah. And as time goes on and as time passes, I do think that the divisiveness of the country will be less as, you know, as this particular political climate progresses. It's taking people on both sides and making them go, oh, wait, this is not what you said.
Right.
Like, you know, you're still going to get that small, loud minority of people who believe in someone because of who they are and not because of anything else.
Right.
And you're a public figure. That's cool. You were a dick on a reality show. That's cool.
Right.
I like this guy. He says stupid shit. You know, like, there's going to be that loud minority that's going to be like rah for him. But the people that actually pay attention to issues and things that are going on, I mean, in the medical world, in the education world, and anything federal, people are like, oh, wait, hold on. And that we've already touched on the security, the security stuff. So, yeah, I mean,
you're never gonna borrow a flashlight in a blackout from a millionaire that you've never met, but you might borrow it from your neighbor who you disagree with. So you should probably be on good terms with them.
Yeah.
Your kids are never going to play with a billionaire's kids, but they might play with your neighbors. So you should probably be on good terms with them.
Yeah. It's, you know? Yeah. Like, and I think to, you know, with a lot of the people on the far left too, or even just on the left, you know, like that mentality and that, like, I can't believe this happened. If you voted a certain way, I'm not going to talk to you anymore because you're just as bad as them.
Right.
And it's like, no.
I understand the sentiment, and I
get it.
understand how riled up it can be, and I can understand when you have certain things that you believe and certain ways that you think that you'd like people to think of each other and the world around them.
Mhm.
That it can really feel like a betrayal when someone doesn't.
Mhm.
Remember, they're thinking that about you
Right.
as well, because we're all feeling backed in a corner, and we're all feeling like we need to plant our flag somewhere.
Yeah.
And again, the reality is that the people that you're defending aren't defending you, but again, your neighbor might.
Mm-hmm.
Your friends will. You know, if I throw a barbecue in my backyard and I only invite political figures that I voted for or didn't vote for, no one's going to be there. But if I invite people from the neighborhood that I speak to, I might have a good time.